Let's now move on to the markets in Nigeria. We saw the all-share index up about 1% last Tuesday. Today it's up just about 0.2% so far at 32,503 points. The movers include FBN Holding after it reported its full-year numbers. We also have CAP after it reported some numbers, and Skybank also among the gainers. For the laggards, we are seeing the likes of CCNN, FCMB in the banking sector, and RT Briscoe after reporting those disappointing results. And let's move on to Dunn Loren Merrifield, where Abdul Garba is standing by to give us an update on the market. Abdul, thank you very much for joining us. And I've just run through some of the news impacting trading right now. Of course, we saw FBN report numbers. Mansard also has reported numbers. Can you talk us through how the market is reacting to all these figures?
Well, so far for FBN, the trading today for FBN has been significant in that it has supported an index with the most amount of contribution in points. And it's also the top gainer so far running through trading hours for today.
And Mansard? I think a lot of people were expecting those numbers. Just sorry to cut in, but it's important to know that it's the first insurer to report numbers. Yes, it is the first insurance company to report numbers. It's also the first. It also made this known public. It appeared in the newspapers today. The results release came rather early, but there's been little or no in terms of trading so far. I don't think it's been factored into trading just yet. Well, I guess some people are still digesting those numbers. Yes. But if we move on to CAP, that company's share price is up, declaring a dividend of 70 kobo, dividends of 1 for 4 shares. Your thoughts on that? Well, it's earnings coming from the industrials to a large extent as a reflection of growth in general. Do you think these numbers, I mean, coming up at the same time, of course, from different sectors, do you think this is going to drive the market this week, or rather going into next week? Okay, for going into next week, well, it's not that easy to say. The market has been trading rather flat for this part of the year, which is second quarter. The first part was with bullishness and characterized with strong rallies for almost all the sectors, essentially. But this particular time, no, you don't see much of that direction. What are your broad expectations for the market going forward? Are we likely to see trade higher? Now we're pretty much wrapping up the earnings seasons from the bank. I think it's only UBA that's left to report, so we're not going to be shifting focus to perhaps the insurance space and maybe some of the industrials. So your thoughts on how this market is likely to trade going forward? So we're still likely to have banks and industrials driving the level of the index, as they have for quite some time now. They also have all, if not all, the domestic and international interest on them, the banks and the industrials, so to speak. All right, if we move back to Dangote, of course, they reported their results for the first quarter late Tuesday. I think it surprised quite a few people to the upside. Are we seeing a reaction in the share price? No, we don't see much of a reaction in share price. It's not to be forgotten, the company doesn't have much of a float. So that its basic illiquidity might be one of the reasons why the prices haven't adjusted much. All right, so which stocks do you think people should be focusing on these days? Clearly a lot to think about in the banking sector with all the results we've seen. Yes. And now we're beginning to see numbers from the insurance space. Dangote Cement clearly is a big company to report. So your thoughts on where we should be putting money now? Well, the banking sector, with expectations on earnings, has met and exceeded to varying degrees from different perspectives by investors. But at the end of the day, you have financials still driving things, and are you seeing any interest in the petroleum marketing sector, though? Clearly, not even trading interest in that sector. Not much, not significant. All right. Okay, let's leave it there. Let's see how things pan out for the rest of the week. And of course, this month, that of course was Abdul Garba. He's an analyst at Dunn Loren Merrifield.